Hello Year 6, I'm here to read you your next chapter of Fly Me Home. We are now on chapter 20. So Lulu has just seen that her silver birch bark has been taken from the little gal. Mum was in a rush to cook dinner. I had to do some extra hours, she said, and glared at the packet of rice she'd taken from the cupboard, as though she could cook it with her angry stare alone. I can do it, Ma, Tiber said. You get off to work. What's your game? She said, and narrowed her eyes suspiciously. It's not like Tiber to help in the kitchen. He can be helpful with things like fixing the phone, or getting the television to work, or changing batteries, but not so much with cooking. I can do it, he assured her, and started to light the gas with the little clicky thing that you have to point at the hob, just the way Mum does. Are you sure? She asked, but she was already putting on her jacket and edging towards the door. There's some cooked chicken in the fridge to go with it. If I run now, I can catch the bus and won't be too late. We'll be fine, right, Lulu? Tiber said. I felt uneasy about Mum going, but she looked at me in such an expectant way that I nodded. Her face relaxed, and she grabbed her bag and slung it over her shoulder in a final sort of way. When the door slammed behind Mum, Tiber called out to me, Come on, Lulu, you've got to do your bit too. Watch this pot. If it starts to boil over, then turn the heat down here, okay? And then, when all the water is gone, turn it off. Where are you going? I'll be back in a minute. Just going to pop to the shops to get us some coats to have with dinner. Sound good? Why don't we go together when the rice is done? Nah, I'll go now. And then, by the time I get back, the rice will be ready. Tiber gave me one of his winning smiles, his head cocked to one side, eyebrows raised as if to say, Now tell me that's not a good idea. He turned, and before I knew it, he was gone. I watched the rice carefully, just as Tiber had told me, and turned the heat down as far as it would go when the pot started to spit and splutter. It still kept shaking, the lid though. It was like there was something inside that was trying to escape. In no time, all the water had gone, and the rice had plumped up, filling the pan. I turned the gas off, as Tiber had instructed, but I thought I might have got it a bit wrong, because there was a smell of burning. Tiber was still not back. I looked out of the window. I even opened the front door to peer out, but the street was quite empty. I imagined Tiber coming back, he'd say, Where's the plates, Lulu? Come on, I'm ready to eat. And he would throw down some cans of Coke. I started to serve the food so that everything would be ready when he came back. I couldn't find a big spoon to get the rice out of the pan, so it took a long time to put on our plates. Then I found the chicken in the fridge, and I put a piece for each of us next to our pile of rice. Still, Tiber wasn't back. He didn't come back when the rice had gone cold. He didn't come back when it started to get dark. He didn't come back. Any courage I'd felt slowly leaked away. I didn't know what to do. I thought about going out and trying to find him, but I didn't know which shop he'd gone to. I wondered whether to call Mum at work, but when I looked for the mobile phone, I couldn't find it. I realised that I didn't know the number to call anyway. There was nothing I could do but wait and hope. When it got darker still, I turned on all the lights. It made me feel a bit better, flicking on each switch and seeing every room light up. I climbed onto my bed and looked out to see if I could spot the moon, hoping to find the crater that Dad had pointed out to me. It was about my bedtime. The time he said he would be looking at it, but I couldn't see it. It must have been covered by a cloud. My stomach rumbled, but I didn't want to eat my chicken and rice until Tiber was back, and the front door remained stubbornly closed. Then I heard a sound. It was like something ripping. It was so loud it filled the house. Next there was a flash of lightning. It made everything go white, and then, when I heard the rumble of thunder again, all the lights went out. There was the sound of rain pouring from the sky, as though someone had pulled a lever. It pounded against the windows, as though it might break them. When Tiber left the house, he hadn't been carrying an umbrella or wearing a coat, so wherever he was, he would be getting very, very wet. The thunder came again. Boom, boom, boom. Each clap was getting louder, like footsteps coming closer. The lightning flickered, piercing the darkness with its whiteness. It felt like lightning and thunder were in competition with each other, trying to see which could scare me more. Then I remembered something Tiber had told me about lightning striking a building and killing all the people inside. A fork of lightning, all sharp angles and jagged corners, filled the sky, and I began to shake uncontrollably. The walls of the sitting room flashed white and seemed to tremble. I had to leave.